Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to talk about the Puerto Rican princess and Wendy Williams. So yesterday I made a video, and the video was based off of a clip that I saw circulating around on Instagram. It was only like a minute and some change that I saw from the Joslin interview that she did with Wendy Williams. I didn't even really know that the whole interview had already posted on Wendy's YouTube page. So anyways, I watched the interview last night. Okay, y'all, listen. My opinion might be different than a lot of people on this one, and that's fine, but this is just how I look at it, okay? So, for those who don't know, again, Joslyn Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess, is most known or best known for when she was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Now she has her own show on Zeus called Joslyn's Cabaret, I believe. I think it's in the second season. Wendy said yesterday that the show had been picked up for a third season. I have not watched the show. I'm probably not going to watch the show. But I have seen clips of the show, up and through Instagram. Basically, some strippers fighting from what I can see. I'm hoping it might be more to it than that. I will say, based on what I saw last year versus this year with Joslyn has taken more of a, from what I can see, she's taken more of a motherly role. Like last year, I think Joslyn was in the mess. Like, even though it was her show, I think she was in the mess. I think she was fighting last year too. But I think this year, from what I can see, she's more of like, kind of like a mentor, mother, big sister type of role. So Joslyn gets rolled out to the stage. Because of COVID, a lot of the guests, from what I believe, I'm really not into the Wendy Williams show like that, even though people who have been watching my channel for the longest know that Wendy Williams is like my number one when it comes to this whole celebrity gossip thing. But I think a lot of the guests do their interviews now like via Zoom, Skype. So Joslyn gets rolled out. Wendy started the interview, I will say, a little bit shady. Somebody could take it as shady. I would take it as being shady. She basically told Joslyn, "Oh, you look different every time I see you. You look different, but in a good way." And then Joslyn starts out with Miss Wendy. As soon as she said Miss Wendy, I should have known that the interview was about to go left. Miss Wendy. So some of the things that Joslyn said, I didn't write down word for word, but some of the things that she said was, "I want you to give me my flowers today." She's put in a lot of work. She said, you're 35 years my senior. Wendy said, "Ooh, the shade." I should feel wanted by you and other girls. Basically should feel wanted by Wendy, and that they don't feel like Wendy roots for them. I have the number one show in the country. Wendy tells her, "Girl, no, you have the number one show on Zeus." She said, "No, the number one show in the country." Okay. I feel like, okay, let me finish what she was saying. Joslyn, she tells Joslyn that she feels undervalued too, and that she doesn't make dollar for dollar that the men make. And she says, "Anyway, shoe cam, please." So Wendy's trying to go ahead with the interview. Joslyn said we should hold each other higher. She tells Wendy she's not in an abusive relationship anymore. Wendy says, "Okay, girl, you want some flowers here?" Girl, she got some flowers and some of that Joslyn. I knew that Wendy was pretty much over the interview, but she tried to remain professional when she was like Wendy pretty much did the rest of the interview like this. If you haven't watched it, just go to her YouTube page, Wendy Williams, and watch the interview. She did the interview just like this. Like, okay, so what's going on with you and Stevie J? What about Faith? How's Bonnie Bella? Okay. And then she like threw some shade at the end about her having the #1 show on television. So I guess Wendy Williams does have the #1 show on television, or the #1 talk show. Okay, so this is how I feel about this, right? I think that people who were probably introduced to TV Wendy Williams, they think that this Wendy Williams is just cutthroat and just crass and just disrespectful and no couth. And girl, quiet as it's kept, if you listen to Wendy Williams' show, or when she was a radio host, baby, this pretty much is like, girl, elementary compared to how Wendy used to be. Wendy used to, like, the way Wendy used to be, I'm surprised Wendy never got her ass whooped. Like, that's how cutthroat and disrespectful Wendy used to be. Like, I remember one time, I used to love me some Wendy Williams. So I used to like, hey girl, this was back in the Ask G's days. See, some of y'all girls don't know nothing about Ask G's. Anyways, girl, I remember one time I was like Googling Ask G even Wendy Williams or something. And I just remember seeing a clip one time where somebody came into the studio. I think it was a black girl. It was a black girl. And when the girl got up and left, girl, Wendy the girl was actually getting up out the seat. Girl, Wendy got some Lysol and started spraying the Lysol behind her. That's the disrespectful shit Wendy used to do. Girl, right there in front of the girl while the girl had just stood up. Okay, listen, we're just gonna go ahead and just have this is just how I look at it. I keep saying it because I feel like what I'm about to say is gonna sound disrespectful, and I don't want to come across that way, but it is just what it is. I don't think that Wendy owes Joslyn a goddamn thing. I don't think Wendy owes any of these celebrities anything. Wendy is not your sister. She's not your friend. She's not even your coworker. She's not your sorority sister. She's not your mentor. She's not your employer. She's not your counselor. Girl, she's not your mama. She's not your best friend. She's not your middle school friend. She's not your friend from diapers. Wendy has no relationship to you. She owes you nothing. So for Joslyn to feel as though Wendy Williams owes her some flowers, like, Joslyn, Wendy don't owe you shit. You ain't opened up no doors for Wendy Williams. Now I could see somebody saying that Wendy owes Oprah some flowers, or the people that came before her some flowers. That would make sense. Like people say that Nikki owes Lil' Kim some flowers. That makes sense. But Joslyn, you ain't did shit for Wendy Williams to feel like she owe you anything. I don't know why you feel the need, or why you feel like you have to be validated by Wendy Williams. While yes, even with some of the things that Wendy Williams has said on as talk show Wendy, I have cringed. Like, ooh, girl. Like, where did that come from? One of you mentioned in the comment section about when she called Candy disgusting the other day. And I ain't gonna lie, I saw that clip and I was like, girl, Wendy, where did that even come from? Like, it was so out of left field. Like, you calling this lady disgusting over what? Like, so some of the things, excuse me, y'all, some of the things I think that Wendy says, it does come across as like, bitch, you just talking just to talk. Or, girl, where did that come from? But even with that being said, girl, she ain't friends with Candy. Candy is Don Juan's friend. Now, if Don Juan got on TV talking about Candy was disgusting, it would be a problem. I think these celebrities complain about the way that Wendy Williams is, but girl, they run their asses down to the purple chair all the time. I think this comparison of how Wendy treats black people versus white people, I kind of think it is an unfair comparison because I don't think Wendy comes from a white world. You see what I'm saying? As far as like entertainment. Like when I think about Wendy Williams on the radio, it had to do with like black entertainment world, black celebrities. So if you compare it, yes, it may seem like Wendy Williams has dogged out more black people than white people. And it's probably the truth, but that was always Wendy's lane. Like black, from what I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, it was always like black celebrities, black entertainment. I don't really think until Wendy got on the Wendy Williams show that white people even started going to Wendy's show or being interviewed by Wendy. I could be wrong. I think it's a little comical that Joslyn, out of all people, now you want to uplift women when Joslyn, let's just be for real, girl, when you was on Love and Hip Hop, bitch, you was hell on wheels. Hell on wheels. Definitely a fan favorite. Definitely the most popular. But girl, that doesn't take away from the fact that bitch, you was hell on wheels and didn't get along with pretty much not one female on the show. Even last year on your own show, bitch, you was fighting. But now all of a sudden, girl, you expect Wendy to be this Virgin Mary or the Oprah of it and uplift women. No. Wendy's gonna do her job. She gonna talk about y'all. Y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna come onto the show. And let's just be for real. All BS aside, this is probably the best thing that probably could have happened to Joslyn. Because, first of all, no tea, no shade. I'm not saying Wendy is the only person that invites Joslyn or the folk like Joslyn on her show. But, girl, I don't see Joslyn going on the Kelly Clarkson's show or Rachel Ray or Tamron Hall. I'm just saying. Or Ellen DeGeneres. Is she? So I feel like Wendy is one of those shows, as ghetto and ratchet as it might be, that gives certain celebrities a space to promote their work. And I think that at the end of the day, it's a mutual both parties are getting something out of it. Now, Joslyn, people are talking about you. You are on every blog. You've made every headline. Wendy getting her clicks and views. You getting your clicks and views. I feel like that's how it goes. But if these celebrities really, like, there are certain celebrities that just don't fuck with Wendy Williams. Like, I'm not going on her show. Like, I think Candy. Like, I don't think Candy has been back on Wendy's show. Like, she don't fuck with Wendy Williams like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, if you want to stand in your shit and be like, oh, you mean you this, then bitch, just don't go on her show. But you're going on her show because quiet as it's kept. Wendy does not need Joslyn Hernandez. She doesn't. Now, girl, if it was Beyonce going on the Wendy Williams show, now, girl, that might stop the world. Because, girl, that might be something that will, like, girl, the internet might just shut down. But, girl, I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't know. I just, maybe it's because, I got a soft spot for Wendy. That's why I feel the way I feel. But I just really don't think that Wendy owes none of these people anything. Girl, I'm not your friend. Girl, that's one thing I have learned from Wendy Williams and Charlamagne is you gonna have to choose sometimes. Like, either you're going to be here for the people or either you want to go to the parties. And I think anyways, I was going to bring up somebody, but I think that with Wendy, I think people have a clear understanding that if you even come in Wendy Williams' circle, if you are a celebrity, you're never going to come before her job. That's why these relationships with Nene Leakes don't last long, or Black China don't last long, right? Because, bitch, when it comes down to the mess, sorry, girl, I got a job to do. And I think the girls who probably fool with Wendy, they know, like, what this is about. Like, Kenya Moore, we've heard Wendy say some of the most disrespectful things about Kenya Moore. But Kenya Moore goes onto the show because she knows what this is about. Girl, I'm gonna get some exposure and promote whatever I need to promote if it's Kenya Moore hair care, and girl, you're gonna get your clicks and views. And I think that for other people who don't look at it as basically business, that's why y'all feelings are hurt, because y'all think that Wendy Williams is your friend, and Wendy Williams is not your friend at all. People tried to say even when Wendy got cool with Nene, girl, that ain't gonna last, girl. Wendy Williams' friends, she don't talk about. Wendy Williams' friends are not celebrities, right? And I think that's one of the things, like, you know, there are some people who, I just feel like if you're going to be cool, I don't know. Wendy Williams ain't y'all friend. I was about to go into a whole rant, and I don't feel like doing all that right now. But yeah, so I saw the interview. While, you know, Joslin had a lot of people, you know, team Joslin on this one, I just didn't see it that way. I just looked at it like, girl, what do you expect from Wendy Williams? Wendy Williams don't owe you shit. Wendy Williams don't owe you no flowers or nothing. Nothing. Girl, this is probably the best thing that could have probably happened to Joslyn Hernandez. It ain't the best thing that could have happened to Wendy. Because as Wendy said, baby, I got the #1 show. I'm just saying. Anyways, y'all, I got to get out of here. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.